Hello, hello, you beautiful souls. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Michelle. We talk all things life, love, spirituality, law of attraction, and all of that juicy goodness. We are here for our weekly energy reading. It is almost Halloween. We just had the full moon solar eclipse. So we are moving out of eclipse season. Yay! I actually I don't mind them too much. I always feel like it's like a fresh start. We're cutting out things that are just like things that we've been wanting to cut out of our lives, but for some reason we don't have the courage or the strength to do it. And it's like this eclipse comes along and something jumps in our body and it's like, okay, it's time. This feels ready now. This feels right. I remember I resigned from my teaching job November of 2021 and it was on an eclipse. It was a Friday, the 19th of November, and I woke up and it was just time. I was ready to do it. And I always tell people when you're thinking about doing something and you're wondering, like, why am I not taking action yet? And you're beating yourself up, it might not be time yet. We're so intuitive that sometimes we know our future ahead of time, but we can't take the step yet because things have to unfold. We have to meet certain people. We have to align our lives for that next step. And one day we wake up and we're ready and we're like, it's time to go. I feel ready for this. And that's what eclipses do. They kind of give you that surge of energy where you're like, I'm ready. It's time. And they make you take action. And sometimes the universe does things and it makes it happen for us, which is okay too. But then we just kind of ride the wave of that chaos. And we just know that if anything is being moved for us, then that's actually perfect because now we don't have to do it ourselves. And we know for a fact it's what's right for us. So I'm sending love to anybody who's dealing with any kind of abrupt changes lately that were unexpected, but they are miracles. They're taking you to something better. Okay, let's call in our guides, Archangel Michael, Archangel Metatron. Please open sacred space. Please bless me, bless my viewers, bless my cards. Only allow the highest and whitest light messages to come through. I know I said that backwards than I normally say it. So maybe that's an energy of we're doing things differently. We're flipping the script. Got some beautiful pink roses for myself, my little polar bear, my guardian angel. So let's really clean these cards out. I worked a reading party. I've been doing a lot of reading parties lately, which is so fun, especially around the holiday season. Everybody comes in costume. I had one guy come in last night, like full scary mask on. I think he was from the movie Pulp Fiction. I forget the name of the character, but he had like a black full bondage outfit on. And I was like, could you please take off your mask so I can see your face? I can't read you with that on. And he ended up being like a really awesome read. He was very woke and into spirituality and just very open. So, but anyway, the Halloween parties are so fun to bring some magic to those events, but the costumes are hilarious. So when someone comes in, I'm like, I can't help but just laugh, and they're so creative and fun. So I wanted to make sure I really cleaned my cards because I was there last night and I brought all of these cards. So we're cleaning out the energy, starting fresh. And I actually feel guided to do Kyle Gray's deck. We're going to start with this for the week. What do we need to hear, universe? I heard masks are coming off. So people are realizing their truth. And I can relate to this. I don't know if you guys feel this way, but I feel like I'm disidentifying with my body. Where before I felt like I always like took such pride in my body and my physical form, and I put so much like emphasis on how do I feel in my body, and it was always just how do I feel, how do I feel, how do I feel. And like a couple years ago, I kind of lost the ego part of me that cared what people thought of how I looked. I let that go a couple years ago, but then it became my relationship with me. So if you're feeling the call to not really care about how much about your body, you care about it because you want to take care of it, but I can't describe what I'm feeling this week. It's like I don't want to identify with my body. I want to do everything I need to do to keep it healthy, but it's really not. I want to like simplify everything. Like I don't want to go spend an hour in the gym. I want to spend like 10 minutes doing the least amount of exercise, low impact. I just want to keep it like nurtured and good. But I don't have so much of a, I can't describe it. It's like I am not putting any energy into my body anymore. It's all about my mission and all about what I'm teaching and all about what's next for me and what's next for you. So the things that I guess that they just showed me a magnifying glass. So the things that we used to be so focused on are no longer important. We are now completely mission driven, saying, okay, the world is the way it is right now. It's October of 2023 and things are happening and it's scary. We need to make sure our magnifying glass is focused on the light and focused on positive thinking about our future. This is a really good message. And this card we got is self-acceptance. I forgot to even look at it. I was so deep in conversation. So this is us not identifying with the body. We're fully accepting our body, and it's not important anymore, because what's important is what's coming out. What are we saying? How are we feeling? What are we doing? And when we're focused on the positive part of life and the way the world is going, like, let's start imagining a better future for us. Like, let's not focus on the war and the crime and all the crazy things that are happening right now, the natural disasters. In my throat chakra, anytime I burp, energy is moving through my body and my guides are bringing attention to what I'm saying. It's like what I say holds energy and it's releasing out of my body. So because of the way the world is, our biggest contribution is meditation and thinking good thoughts about our future. If there's 100 million people sitting in their homes thinking about fear about our future, we are going to manifest that. So this message is for all of us to sit in our homes and work on our thoughts, work on our vibration. What are we thinking is going to happen? We need to start manifesting a better future for ourselves. We don't want to buy into this destruction and it always has to get worse before it gets better. Like, let's not believe that. Let's believe that right now is its worst and it's not going to get worse. And we're making change now. We're going to meditate and we're going to pour light into the areas of our planet that need it right now. And we're going to do our part by taking care of our body and not focusing on the the non-important things. So once we fully accept ourselves and our body and our looks and our hair and everything, that's like, okay, we're done with that. We love ourselves. We know we're souls in these bodies. Now, what are we going to do with that energy? How are we going to help our planet? So many people are living in their bodies, only focused, their magnifying glass is only focused on them and how people perceive them or how they're people pleasing. We need to stop all of that and think about the big picture. I'm just going to accept myself. I'm going to love myself. This is me. There's more important things right now. Myself is the most important because we have to feel good and exude that good energy out into the world. So we have to first accept ourselves, but we can't stay being triggered and being sucked into the drama of our immediate circles. Okay. First message, self-acceptance. And we have to focus on the bigger picture. Now we're going to use Archangel Michael deck. I just heard no small talk, only big talk. No small talk, only big talk. And we have the inner child. So going back to, in order to learn to get out of that obsession with the body and with what you look like and who you're with and whether these people are going to love you because of what you look like, you have to go back and nurture that inner child. You have to take her to the park. You have to look for spirit animals and appreciate the sunshine and the breeze. And when you take care of the inner child in you, self-acceptance can be birthed. You can really understand that it's just you, and everywhere you go in life, you're protecting him or her. Nobody's going to hurt them. And when you start showing up in that full, complete self-acceptance, nobody will then treat you poorly because you're going to attract only the highest. This is number 22 as well. Now I'm being guided to do the sword of light. You are protected. Change is coming. You are safe within my bubble of light. You can proceed with confidence. So when Archangel Michael, if you guys pray to Archangel Michael and you ask him, like on my way to the reading party last night, I was driving. I was like, I said it out loud in my car. I was like, Archangel Michael, can you please put your protective bubble around me? Go into the space of where I'm going to be and go cleanse it for me. Make sure the room is safe. There's no lower vibrations. Go ahead, prepare it for me. Keep me safe in your bubble. I always call it a bubble. So it's so unique that we got this card because I think it's Archangel Michael telling me that you are all safe in his bubble. And if you command that space and ask him to do the work for you, he will. And you can also ask him to put that white bubble around our planet, around other cities, other states, other people. If you're thinking negative thoughts, or if you have hatred, or you're frustrated that your life isn't going the way you want it to go, ask Archangel Michael to go ahead and to align things for you. And then put me in your protective bubble until I get there. Allow me to find peace right now. Allow me to accept myself. And then we have beautiful butterflies, which my mom just passed away recently, and butterflies are her favorite. It says, change is coming. I am here to guide you through this exciting transformation. This is a time of joyous opportunities. And I love this. She's wearing a winter hat, so it's representing winter, the season of winter. There might be a lot of change coming this winter. Embrace the changes. Okay, these cards are so beautiful. I just like seeing them all together, right? And I almost wore a winter hat in this reading. I was feeling, when I went on my drive this morning, I had my hat on and then I took it off. So that's unique that she's wearing that. Okay, now I'm gonna get the Spirit Song Tarot. These are all animal cards. We're gonna get a tarot card for each one. So for the You Are Protected, number 39, Bubble of Light. What do we need to know about the Bubble of Light? King of Acorns. This is a divine masculine energy. Optimism, innovation. I believe this is the King of Pentacles. Is it crystals? I'm going to look it up real fast. Let's read it. I always mix up this deck. The shells are cups. The feathers are swords. Oh, this might be wands. Acorns, where are you? Aha. Okay, it says energetic and charismatic. Horse is a visionary with a dynamic demeanor. I'll hold it here for you guys to see. This fireball of a spirit will demonstrate how to discover your own freedom and embrace your greatest potential. Don't hold back. Pursue the path of horse by fashioning your natural leadership qualities and celebrate your ever-shifting awareness of your spiritual expansion. Like horse, you encompass a strongly burning fire within, and you have a greater ability to adapt than you may realize. Behold your unique voice and let loose your wild spirit. Keywords are strength, innovation, enthusiasm, optimism, spirited, energetic, fiery, strong principles, leadership, and perseverance. And let me just double check. I'm pretty sure it's wands. Let's see. Yes. Okay. The spirit song suits acorns symbolize growth, strength, unlimited potential. Acorns are used in place of the traditional wands and are tied to the energy of motivation and inspiration. I always got to remember that acorns are wands. Okay. So This is saying when this change is coming, it's going to be shocking you. It's going to be moving you into this new version of yourself. And horse always represents momentum in all the other decks. And my left eye is itching like crazy out of nowhere. So that's that feminine side. You are going to be stepping more into your feminine energy. You're going to be seeing things more clearly. You're going to be fully accepting your mission and your light. And her eyes are closed here. So she's trusting the path. She doesn't need to know what's next. She can sense it. I just heard somebody can sense change coming before it's coming. Don't see it as anxiety. See it as your soul being really, really excited. So optimism and innovation, you're going to be seeing new parts of yourself that you didn't even know you had within you. And I just heard use your voice. Okay, so that was the you are protected, but it kind of goes with the changes coming. Let's get another one. We're going to take these two. Knight of Feathers, Knight of Wands, and Four of Shells, Four of Cups. Soul searching and reevaluation, and then action and focus. So soul searching and then action. So the action is also, perfect with the horse card, because now you're being drawn to finally take the step towards that thing you've been wanting your whole life. And you're going to be guided. You're going to get the breadcrumb to take the step. Don't feel pressure. Don't feel scared. Everything is always being laid out for you. You just have to have the awareness to see it. And when you're soul searching, normally you're drawn to content, you're drawn to teachers. When the student is ready, the teacher appears. So you start finding these people. Like if you're on my channel, you somehow found me, right? You found my teachings, my readings, and maybe they're helping you. And now you're seeing life differently through this new lens. And when we are soul searching, that's what happens. We get moved to listen to things, to find spiritual content, to meet people that are just like us on the journey. And then we can take action and we can focus on, okay, now that, so this animal, I think this is, let me look this up. I want to say it's a wolf, but I could be wrong. I never want to give the wrong description. I want to honor the card and the author. It's a coyote. Duh, I should have known that. So the coyote, it says, has an inquiring mind and is an intense observer. And that's what I was just going to say. He's looking and seeing everything. He's focusing. Remember I talked about the magnifying glass? The coyote is focusing on what is important. It's no longer focusing on the BS, the distractions, the relationships that were distracting you from your mission. There are so many people coming out of these toxic relationships and narcissistic patterns where somebody was keeping them on a loop and somebody was toying with their energy and toying with their emotions and their heart. I had a girl last night in my reading. She was talking about how she just let go of a guy in her life who was doing that to her. He was completely toying with her. He would show up and then pull his energy away, show up, pull his energy away. And the chemistry was really, really strong. So, but that was her wounding and his wounding connecting. And that's what made it feel like it was like twin flame soulmate, but it wasn't. It was a lower vibration type of energy, keeping her distracted from doing her mission. Okay, so a lot of times when we're in these partnerships or when we're entertaining and dating these types of people, they distract us. We stop our lives to be with them, and they're not even here some days. So she was feeling that energy of like, oh my gosh, I stopped my whole life for him. I would not go out. I would go do things, and I would hope that I would get to hang out with him, and then he would cancel. So it's like, where are these lower vibrations living in your life? Is it your diet? Is it what is distracting you? We have to take that coyote's eyes and focus it on our mission. And we have to say no to anything that is pulling us away from accepting ourselves. And that's disidentifying with the body. Normally, those connections are very body driven. The ego is drawn to the body. Okay, so if you're looking at somebody and you're thinking that you're a match to them because of what they look like, your ego is just trying to gain possession of something or someone, and your ego wants that trophy, saying, I got this person and they're really good looking, so that's my trophy. It's all ego driven. The soul is driven by essence. It's driven by energy. It's driven by deep, deep compassion, regardless of what the person looks like. You just love them. And so you have to really ask yourself, if you're being drawn to somebody because of their looks, right? And it's that magnetic pull, and it's kind of like a hard love to figure out, and you feel like it's twin flame because they ghost you. That 100% is a trauma bond and a wounded bond, and it is not healthy, and it's distracting you. And the lesson is to become aware of it and to cut it off. And it's a fine line. My client last night, it was a real hard thing for her to do because she was so chemically connected to it. Her hormones are connected to it. She would feel a sense of high when he would give her love. And that's all her inner child looking for, that love and acceptance that she didn't get. And now that we are loving our own inner child, we are fully accepting ourselves. We don't need those bonds. We're not drawn to the body anymore. We don't need someone to love our physical features. We need somebody that we can be supported with and do our mission with. It's no longer about the chemistry and the body. It's about the essence and the support and the nurturing and the person helping us see parts of ourselves that we can't see. So if you're with somebody right now that is not showing up and wanting you to be better, they're not complimenting you and cheering you on, that is not a healthy partnership. We got to get you out of that. And I'm telling you, the chemical connections are so hard to cut off, but you got to do it because it's blocking you from your mission. And if you're low on money in your life, this is 100% why. These lower vibrations stop your abundance flow, because the universe is trying to send you a sign like, hey, money's not coming because you're in the wrong spot. You got your magnifying glass on the wrong energy. So the universe stops the universal supply to bring awareness to this. I also find that things in my house, my electronics and things will not work. And I'll immediately go, all right, universe, could you please show me why you're making this not work right now? What do I need to look at? What do I need to fix? Sometimes it's like, if I need to take a vacation, I'll say, universe, if you want me to take this vacation, send me the funds and I'll take it, even though I'm very resistant. And sometimes I don't want to go places. I don't want to pack a bag. I don't want to drive. But then the money comes in so fast and I'm like, okay, this is my sign. My guides are making things not work here in my house because they want me to go leave. They want me to go to a new location just to reinvigorate my soul. Okay, so after all of this talk, we are talking about these partnerships. You are being moved out of the toxicity and into a higher love. So who is on your mind? Who is deep within you? Who is your telepathic connection with? And remember, the mind, the ego is tricky. So you might think you have a telepathic connection with that toxic wounded bond, but you don't. A lot of times those bonds too, they seem psychic and they seem empathic and they play the victim and they're anxious. So you're like, oh, wow, they're a sensitive being like me too. But they're playing a role. They are a lower vibration here to teach you a lesson. Don't buy into their guilt. And then we have my cute card that I have a typo on. It says miracles. Miracles are on the way. So who is on your mind and a miracle is on the way? They go together. That means that miracle, that dream relationship where you're not identified by the body, you don't feel pressure to look a certain way with this person, you just love their essence, that is on the way for you. Being guided to shuffle a different way. All right, 3 more, and they all landed on Knight of Feathers. Ooh, connect back to spirit. This is that focus. focus on your connection to spirit. That means connect back to yourself. And then we have two cards that are on the Four of Shells. An invitation is coming soon. Holy cow, your higher love is coming. Soul searching. So you've been soul searching for this higher love, but it's coming. Someone's going to invite you somewhere. Maybe someone's going to show up at your door. I just heard a surprise visit. So we just got 4 cards in a row. Connect back to spirit. Who was on your mind? Miracles are coming, an invitation is coming, and a higher love. I don't know about you all, but I think that is a sign that somebody's coming. Okay, let's get an angel message. Thank you, Spirit. Creative project. Ooh. Your soul longs to express itself in creative ways. We're guiding you to infuse artistry and creativity into your life. Creative expression makes you feel alive and excited and reignites passion towards your life. So what are the things I just sent a voice memo to one of my friends / clients this morning, because I don't know if you guys know this, but I do a yearly animal spread. So I pull cards, an animal card from this deck. I pull an animal card for every month of the whole year. And then you read the description for that month, and it's always spot on, and it's kind of guidance for each month, so you can look forward to it. And my friend, she texts me, and she always sends me a Starbucks gift card every month. She's so sweet. And she's like, hey, Michelle, could you give me a quick reading on my animal for that month? And I always send her like a long memo. And her memo for this month was the oyster. She had the oyster card, and it was all about the pearl inside the oyster. And there's some sort of creativity, or there's some sort of gift she's been honing and working on her whole life, and it's in the oyster, and it's now time to crack it open and to share it. So this creative project is something that your soul wants to do. Like when I started doing readings, it was an energy that I had never felt my whole life. I just felt so complete. I'm like, this is what I'm supposed to be doing. This feels right. And when I don't pull cards for like a week, I feel lifeless. I feel like blah, like what's missing? And then I'm like, oh my gosh, Michelle, you need to do a reading. You need to like put yourself out there, or just pull cards for yourself. So your soul yearns to be creative. It's kind of like the saying, like don't die with your music still inside of you. We have to figure out what that is for you. What is that energy surge that you get? What is that thing you do where you could do it for 6 hours and you forget to eat because you love it so much? For me, it's filming, and it's doing this. I love filming content in my house. I could film 6 videos in a row, and I change my outfits, and it's so fun. Feels like I'm on set somewhere, and I'm just like, I love this. I don't even know what I'm going to say when I film, and it just comes out. And I forget to eat, and I literally will get done filming and get back into my pajamas, and then I'll sit and I'll edit all the videos. And I literally will work from like 7 a.m. to 9 p.m. and I will forget to eat. Sometimes I forget to work out because I'm so engulfed in it, and I have to learn my boundaries, but I also am energized. Last night I did a reading party. I worked from 6 p.m. to 11 p.m. and it felt like 5 minutes went by. I sat with a person every minute of those hours, pulling cards every minute, unless I went to the bathroom. But I forgot, time passed. When I was teaching, I was always checking my watch to see when the day was over. I was like, is it over yet? Is it over yet? That is not the energy we want to be in. We want to be in the energy where we lose all track of the world because we're so in our flow. We're like, this feels good. I love this. And that's what we need the whole world to be in that boat, in that energy of doing what you love. And there were so many people last night who I read, and they didn't even know. I was like, all right, if I handed you $10 million right now, what would you want to do with your time and energy tomorrow to be of service to our planet? And so many of them had no idea. They were so conditioned to be good students, working a 9-to-5 job, coming home, helping their families. They have no creative outlet. They're not doing any creative projects. And I'm like, man, their soul must be screaming inside of them, wanting them to be expressing themselves and using their voice. So I feel like the miracle that's on the way is going to be your oyster. You're opening that oyster, and that pearl is finally coming out this week. You are finally getting a glimpse of your creativity and what you want to add to this world. Amazing message. Sorry, I need to take a break. All right, so let's see. What other decks do I want to use? I feel a little guided to use old school tarot. The Rider-Waite Tarot. 10 of Swords is at the bottom of the deck. So there's a new partner coming in. And if you're in an existing partnership, there's going to be a new version of you being birthed in this partnership. You're expanding. That butterfly energy, it's transformational. Thank you. I was waiting for that. Yes, you're coming out of the storm. 6 of Swords. He's taking his family away from the storm. They're leaving hard times. They're finally getting to their home. Remember, I talked earlier about you're going to be with your person and you're going to be like, this just feels right. I think I said that earlier. But when you take care of your inner child and you accept yourself, you then match up with somebody else who fully accepts themselves. And you're like, oh, it feels so good to not need your body to look a certain way. And I don't need my body to look a certain way. And I don't need to say certain things so that you accept me. I can fully just be myself. And my partner will feel that and be that too. And there's no rules. You just be yourself, and they're a mirror and they show you, oh, I see this in you. Do you, something, maybe you open up the door of communication. Is this something you want to work on? Do you want to work on it with me, by yourself? And you just like share each other's feelings and observations. But the 6 of Swords is saying you're coming out of a time of a relationship where that was not on the table. You felt pressure to look a certain way. You felt pressure to be a certain way. And now it's all released and you're finally at home where you're supposed to be. And for some of you who've been without partners for a really long time, this is going to feel really nice to your nervous system, because the mind has been searching and wondering and searching and literally like grasping onto people. And when you're finally where you're supposed to be, it's going to be a sense of completion. Not that that person completes you, but kind of like mission completed. We mastered self-love, which then attracted self-love. And when you're with that, oh, we got 2 cards. And when you're with that person, it does feel like a completion. So yes, we have 8 of Pentacles. You're watching, you're literally knowing that you planted these seeds, and look how beautiful everything that you touch has grown into the most beautiful investment for yourself. You've invested in yourself and now you're reaping the rewards. And then you have 7 of Cups, which is all about choices. And it was really a hard journey to discern between the lower vibrational partnerships, between the karmic partnerships, the catalyst. You didn't know who was who, and you're like, I just want to find my home. This is saying no more decisions. You're done. You're now appreciating all the growth that you've experienced along the way. And also, I see this as, because you were halted and distracted by that old partnership, money is now going to flood into your life. And not money like physical money. It could be you might get opportunities or gift cards or people just showing up and doing things for you. That's the magic of this journey, is knowing that you're provided for no matter what, in whatever way. So sometimes we're not meant to have millions of dollars, but we're meant to learn that we're protected. The universe is going to show up and give us what we need when we need it. That's called abundance. We are wealthy right now. We don't need all of this, but it's cool to work towards this and to actually receive it, and to know that our gifts are being put out into the world and we're getting paid for it. That's a beautiful message. That's that creative project again. So you're also going to be creating something that's going to generate a lot of abundance for you. And it's because you let go of the distraction, the distractor energy. There was somebody who was distracting you, and I just stumbled on my words. That's a sign that pay attention to that message. You're no longer distracted. Somebody's still in this partnership and you're still indecisive. Cut it all off. Be alone. Connect back to you and your spirit, and don't let these energies in. If somebody's DMing you, if somebody's texting you, if you're still entertaining those messages, your energy is still tied to them. So to pull that energy back, test it out and see if money starts to show up when you do it, because that's a universal law and sign that you're back in alignment. When you're in alignment, money comes in. When you're out of alignment, money's not flowing. So we always have to discern between, all right, where am I off my path? What lesson is being learned right now to get me back on? But somebody is definitely coming out of these hard times, and you're finally going to be at home where you're meant to be doing what you love. That home feeling could be your mission work, that creative project. Like you've been searching for, what am I supposed to do in this world? What's my purpose? You're going to be finding that home soon. You're going to get breadcrumbs this week about it. But we're going to nurture our inner child. We're going to love ourselves. We're going to disidentify with the body and not put pressure on ourselves to look a certain way, to be a certain way. Full acceptance of self. And don't forget, an invitation is coming. So be a yes guy or a yes girl. All right, lovies, thank you so much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell, help spread these messages out there more. And I will see you again on Wednesday or Thursday for our midweek reading. All right, peace out.